One Take DK here. You know what's good? I mean, really good. Well, besides this t-shirt, this is looking phenomenal right here. You know what's good? Well, a lot of people have been asking me how come I'm not doing Twitch. And when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about my one friend in North Carolina. So, but we'll just say it's a lot. So I look more popular and I dig it. I want to look more popular. What can I say? Anyway, getting back to the ranch, let's talk about Twitch. Me and Twitch and the relationship that never was. Alright? So, when I first experimented with Twitch, as you may not recall, because it was not on YouTube, it was on Twitch. I interviewed the artist Michael Signorelli and his landscape projects, and he showed his landscapes and his seascapes and so on and so forth. And we had a great time. And I was on Twitch with my personal cell phone, and we kept getting interruptions from like various people and like Facebook stuff and text messages and stuff like that. This is what it looks like. It looks like my hand doing that. So that's what a text message looks like on my phone. Pretty cool. Not really. I just made that up. Anyway, back to the ranch. And it was fun. It was good. Put on Twitch, and that was that. And I started with my father, and he talked. I don't even know what he talked about, but he talked, and it was great because he's so introverted, and it's amazing. And so we did that. So then I decided, I read up on Twitch TV, and it was like the very beginning, well, not the very beginning, but it was the beginning of Twitch letting people do their own thing. You know, it didn't have to be just video games. It could have been, you know, a talk show, cooking, eating, whatever the case was. As long as it was live, you can do it. So that was the idea that was passed around, and some people actually did it, like myself. And I experimented with Twitch. And then one of the things that I read about Twitch is that you had to do it. You had to prove yourself to Twitch. It wasn't like, you know, it's like YouTube in a sense, where you have to prove yourself on YouTube in order to get paid for making these videos. It was the same thing. You had to have like X amount of people following you, and you needed to have a schedule. So I figured a good schedule would be Tuesday mornings at 1:30 till like 2:30, let's say, and Wednesday mornings, same thing, same deal. So I did that, and I bought the phone that I'm using right now. And the reason why I bought this phone, so I have two phones. I bought this phone was because when it comes to cars and when it comes to phones, I'm really good at buying things. I know what's good, I know what's bad. I'm very, very lucky when it comes to cars, when it comes to trucks, when it comes to phones. Very lucky, very fortunate. So I bought this phone, and I was just like, let's use it. This is great. So the first week that I used this phone, at those time slots, it was great. There were no interruptions. I vowed to make a popsicle stick village so that the egg people can live in it. I will repeat that because that bears repeating. I bought a whole bunch of popsicle sticks so I can make a village, so I can make a whole bunch of egg people so they can live in this village, right? That was the plan, because it was different. It was not, you know, 12 hours of a video game or whatever the case was. So I got that, and I got the app where you record on the screen itself what you're doing. So I got that, I set it up, and for like 2 weeks, I would go down there, I would stay up late, and I would set it up, and then it would be like, you know, lost connection to the network. You know, I lost it, right? So finally, what happened was I was just like, maybe it's the internet itself. So I took my personal phone and I put it down there and I connected to Twitch and I just let it sit there and I just, you know, went about my business, so on and so forth, and it was good. So I figured maybe it's the phone that I was using, and I think it is the phone, the other phone that I was using, not my personal phone. And I feel that, you know, the technology wasn't there. I'm not very technological, so I decided, let's ditch Twitch for a while, and then one day I'll go back to Twitch and maybe do the video game thing or something like that. So it's right now, as far as me and Twitch is concerned, we broke up. And I'd like to apologize to Michael Signorelli because I thought that Twitch was going to be like kind of like YouTube, how like YouTube archives everything for like years and years and years, blah blah blah. But like after a certain amount of videos, Twitch deletes, you know, the oldest one. So there is no archive. And yeah. And some of you might be asking, you know, why not use a camera, right? So I buy cameras online, and I know what I want. You know, I want the optical zoom, this, that, and the other thing. It comes in, it's either missing buttons, or I cannot connect it to my laptop so I can edit the videos down. So that's been a struggle. But you know what? Connecting everything to Android and using the Google Drive, that is actually successful. So I'm not that much of an idiot. It's true. It's damn true. So, yeah, so here I am, and, you know, the mood that I'm feeling, it's on the wall. I'm feeling kind of gray. But anyway, back at the ranch, I'm not very good at technology, but I found someone that is absolutely amazing at technology. We were going to show you her artwork somewhere down the road. Not in this video, but in a future video. We're going to show you some of the stuff that we did. But you know what? I always felt that when it came to people and like showing out their talents here on the Danny Karen Show, boom, 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 I always felt that people that, you know, you got to get to know the person, and you also got to see the artwork, and you can't just do one or the other. It's not really appropriate, because when people talk about their movies, you know, you meet the person, and then you show a clip, and then that's great. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show their artwork, her artwork. Her name is Jacki O'Neill.
Hey!
And she obviously she does Henry Winkler impressions or the Fonz impressions.
Hey! I'll do it when you're done. Go ahead.
And she's very excited to be here.
I'm very excited.
She's very excited to be here. And you know what? She's excited and I'm excited. So if you're excited, if you like this program, if you like the evolution of this program, if you're having a good time, please subscribe and share this YouTube channel. I know Jacki will. There's a real person there, trust me.
Can I come in and wave my arms, and can I do this now?
She wants to come in.
Can we cut away from the usual and just do my weird stuff?
She wants to be... I thought the plan was to talk about... I thought the plan was to talk about her artwork, but she wants to be weird, so come on down.
I'm weird too. Hey!
She's weird too.
Please, if anyone gets that Office reference, I will appreciate you immensely, and please just be on track. If not, happy days. Hey! All right, I'm gonna sit. Hold on.
Well,
I had to get myself into this conversation.
Oh.
Because I was trying very hard not to laugh while you were doing and telling some of your stories.
You're allowed to laugh. It's okay.
I didn't want to be in the background while you're trying to do most of your intro to it, but it's been 11 minutes?
11 minutes of me.
I needed to sit my ass down, and we needed to talk about this.
11 minutes of Dan and Karen could put people in the hospital. They could overdose.
It could. That is a lot of Danny Karen all on its own. Please, children, go. There's Narcan available at your pharmacies. It will get you back from a Danny Karen overdose if you need it. So that's also there. But I appreciate you having me. I've been very excited.
Oh, I'm very excited to be here.
I am a little nervous. It's always a little nerve-wracking to show your artwork to people.
Right.
Just in general. Even in college, I had a hard time. But my teachers, nailed it into my head that, you have to show your stuff to everyone, and everyone has to say something about everybody's stuff.
Right.
And you need to, separate your... One of my teachers said the greatest things to me is that there's your artwork, there's you as a person, there's your artwork, you as an artist, and you as a person. And you have to separate what people say about your art from you as a person. There's something in between that, and they're not critiquing you as a person, so don't take it personally. Which is something that I've carried for a number of years, especially when I'm working on something, if I don't know if, I don't know if I should do it this way, or if they'll like this, or if I'm working on something especially for a client or something, but I try to take that with a grain of salt, because I'm still going to do what I want to do. Right?
Hey! Man, you're so much more fun than my dad.
I'm sorry. I try to be... Because he's more introverted, and I can be, but I like to, be loud and be around people. And when you asked to, you were like, oh, I want to talk about art, I was like, oh, okay. I'm not that great. But I heard you talking about Mike, and, I think what Mike does is fantastic. I love you, bro. I'm here for it. You're doing something I could never do myself. So I'm all about it. I'm in for it. I watch your Twitch stuff. I watch what you put up on YouTube or just your Facebook. I'm always looking at whatever paintings you're doing. So, please keep at it, man. They're gorgeous. I'm in love with them. When I have a couple extra dollars, I'll be willing to buy one. Not just because you're my friend, but I think your art is just amazing. And it's really cool to, interact with other people that they have that in their background, I don't define myself. When somebody asks, what do you do? I'm a graphic designer. But I think what I do spans a lot more than that. And that is not the thing that defines me as a person by any means. It's just something I've done for so many years that I taught myself to do when I was 14 years old and I had a computer with internet, because I was a trusted teenager. And I learned to teach myself these things, and coding and web design, and back when it was easy and simple, when you could code up your MySpace page and make it pretty and put music on stuff on it. You remember those days, right?
I remember those days.
Yeah, so...
I remember Tom.
Yeah, Tom, we forsake Tom for this Facebook crap. We forsake Tom, and now MySpace is just kind of this dead aura of maybe tried to be musical artists that didn't make it, if it's even up. Is MySpace up anymore? Is MySpace a thing right now?
You know what we should do is
should I
contact
check MySpace?
Tom.
I want to get Tom's contact information. Is he married? Does anybody know? Does he have kids? Hey Tom, if you single and you out there, hit me up, man. We could make this happen.
Well, out of the 14 subscribers that subscribe to this channel, you would think that maybe one of them would know Tom.
Somebody could just send this to Tom. Just email it to Tom. I'm sure, or just MySpace message it to Tom. Like, that was a thing then. You could do it now. Like, get out of here.
The show is no longer about Danny Karen. It's now about Tom.
No, it's not about Tom. In my heart, like, Tom did a really good thing, and he tried really hard, and he was the one that, he's the real trailblazer. Like, Mark Zuckerberg, what's his name? Zuckerberg? This bitch. Nope. We can always cut that. We'll cut it. Mark Zuckerberg.
She meant like in a female dog type of situation.
You could say it on TV. You could say it on YouTube. Get out of here.
Okay, so
that's PG. You could say it on wrestling. You could say it on YouTube.
Well, not the Attitude Era of wrestling, but today's era.
PG. Anything you could. If I could go out in a Raw ring and say what I needed to say, I'm gonna keep it like that. How's that?
Keep it like that.
All right, PG. But you could say bitch, because Roman Reigns says it all the time. Yeah, and yes, I like Roman Reigns. Get out of here. You can send all your hate right to my Facebook. My name is Jackie O'Neill. Have at it, people. Don't be rubbing your face. Don't be, because you know I'm gonna get all them hate comments. I have my reasons. But you see my t-shirt. I saw Danny showing off his t-shirt. I got the arena. The arena, okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it's at. This is where old school is at. Except now it's just sitting there because nobody wants to pay the rent to use the building. So
yeah,
it's pretty sad, actually.
That's pretty sad.
Miss them days with the arena and cooking out in the parking lots behind the arena. It was good times.
So, what got you started with graphic design?
I don't really know. Like, I feel like it was just... I always loved art as a kid, and I always kind of, like... I would color in coloring books, but, like, I'd always draw. And, like, people... I thought it was a joke when I was, like, growing up. People were like, oh, you're going to be an artist someday. You're going to be an artist. And I was like, no, like, this is dumb. Like, I'm not good at this. I can't draw very well. And I still can't, by the way. Like, I went to college. I did all this, like, degree. I have a degree in all of this. But I'm not good at drawing, which is where I learned how to manipulate what I wanted out of Photoshop. The very early versions of Photoshop or Paint Shop Pro or whatever I could get my hands on, possibly illegally at the time because we had LimeWire and all that back in the day. So you took your chances when you were downloading something, obviously. But I did get my hands on what would end up being like Photoshop, pretty much, and taught myself that and some codes enough to like make basic websites and I've always also been a writer since I was younger. I still do it now, but I would host like my stories and whatever on web pages. The free stuff like the Angel Fire and all that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned how to code those up just because I had to. Because I wanted to have a website. Like, I wanted to have something where I could, at least for my own personal sake, have something that kept everything where I could get to it at any point. So, yeah, I just kind of started from wanting to build from that and learning graphics and learning backgrounds and learning how a website was put together kind of forced me into learning how graphics work within that. And then I learned about, like, logos and all these things. And I took a step back from it for a while. I just went to community college, and I took your basic courses for a liberal arts degree. And I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school. I didn't even picture myself going to college when I was in high school. So when it was time for me to do it, I didn't really know what to do. So I was always a great student. I made honor roll and all that. So I took that liberal arts degree with the honors, and I went to a private local college, which is no longer there. What's up, darling? Love you. Miss you. Golden Lions. But I was talking to Danny earlier about how, like, I loved my time at this private school, and I learned so much from my art teachers who were, like, real artists and, like, had been around, and they were older people who worked in New York City and who just knew kind of their way around the whole world of art. And I learned the background of what I was actually doing with art history, and I was able to apply that better once I was out of school to kind of fuel what I was doing with more behind it. I feel like when I was younger, I kind of would just do whatever because it looked cool. And as I got older and I started learning there's a purpose to these things and there's a reason you do something a certain way, even within Photoshop or graphic design in general, there were people that were doing graphic design long before computers. Like, during the early 80s, people were graphic designers. People were typographers. There were people that were doing this by hand, which is a skill I've never had, which is essentially what turned me into doing it, because I couldn't draw. But I could manipulate on Photoshop how to make what I envisioned, what I saw, without being able to actually draw it or paint it. And it goes back to Mike, like, his paintings are gorgeous. Like, I can't get over. I could never do that. Like, I never had the skill to do something at that level, but I could do it digitally because I had just picked up these skills and figured it out for myself over those years. So it was something I've always enjoyed. And it was something, unlike writing, I never wanted to write for a job. I never wanted to be pressured or put on a deadline for something I was writing. Being creative is not something that's easy. And I feel like people as artists people try to take advantage of artists a lot more than anyone else, especially in the professional field, because, oh, it's easy. No, it's not easy. If a client gives me an assignment that they want their whole brand redone with a logo, I have to research that client. I have to research their company. I have to see what they're all about. And then I have to sit there for hours and determine what can I utilize, like with everything that I've learned, and I'm still learning, is that you have to make it work for someone that doesn't really know what they want yet. People don't know what they want until they see it. And that's why, like, when you go to paint your room a color, that's why I love these colors. Hey, I picked them out, and if you don't like them, suck it, because I'm the designer, yo. But people don't know what they want until it's in front of their face, especially older businessmen that have no business in the art world. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just want it to look nice and make their company money. There's a whole science and art behind that, and that's my job, is to understand that science. And the whole thing about design is that it's form and function together. It needs to work, and it also needs to look nice. Just because I'm doing it digitally and not like... And that's where the difference lies, is like, you have interior designers that can do people's, inside of their homes that they bought and they want redone with new furniture and colors and whatever. But then you have people like me who... my business needs a new brochure. We want it focused on this one aspect. The rest of that job is up to me to make it look good. Like, that's my job. So to say that that's easy, I don't buy that. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's not something that you should be taking an advantage of. And when artists charge a certain point, like a price point, you either abide by it or you don't sign the contract and work with them. Like, most artists nowadays I feel like in this generation, are freelance the way I am right now, is because why work for some idiot when you can just work for yourself and work with clients one-on-one, get a better feel personally with that client, build up your relationship with that client, and then they're going to call you back when they need more help later.
So tell us, about your first paid gig. Let's hear that story.
As a graphic designer?
As a graphic designer, yes.
Okay, my first paid gig was more of a website thing, which I don't regret. I'm totally about this. I don't know if I should do a shout out right now or not. I'll think about it. I did help a girl that I went to high school with. Sweet girl. Like, she's very driven. She's very ambitious. She started a small company. So my focus, by the way, is small businesses and individuals, and just helping their businesses grow and giving them like a ground level starting point. So I focus on building people up, which is my main concern when they're starting a business. So she had this small candle company, and it is now grown to be a good gig for her, and I'm very proud of her. But years and years back, like right as I graduated college, she had asked me to help her, like design her website up and help her with like her basically like object models of what she was selling and just all the things that go into building a brand, which is what I've kind of based my specialty around, is building brands for a small company so that you can start up and giving a cohesive like understanding of what this company is. You have your logo, you have your pamphlets, you have your things that you give to investors, you have all these like business tools that you need to build yourself up. They have to look good. So that's what I do. Like I try to build them up to look as best as they can. I am trying to step more away from the web stuff just because people don't seem to understand that web design is different than web development, and I can't do an entire website by myself as one person. Like it doesn't work like that in the business world. It's not going to work like that here. So I'll be more than happy to give you a layout and some colors and like figure out where you should put things on a website, and I have no problem doing that for you. But I can't do all the background of setting it up and getting you hosting and getting you your domain name and your .com or what. That's the business owner's issue. And if you want me to do that, I'm going to charge you a little way more than I would normally charge you, because it's a lot of work for me. I don't have a team. I don't have 5 other people helping me build up a website with multiple pages and all these things that I started out doing. And I knew early on, like, that was not something I really wanted to do. I mean, I'll do it as a part of my job, but I'm not solely going toward that, or I would have went into web development or IT or something along those, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have, but I like graphics. I like advertising. I would like very much to get into advertising if I could. So I think that would be my next bigger step in the industry, is to get maybe into some advertising agency and work with them as their like art people.
All right. So tell us, how about we'll go further into the future, further into your career.
Oh God.
Well, she's acting like she has no idea what the answer is going to be, but she actually does.
I might.
But here's the catch. She has no idea what the question is going to be.
I have no idea.
She has no idea, and that makes this work. So,
ask me.
The question is, would you like to talk about your most current paid gig?
I don't really have one.
Well,
a lot of what I'm doing right now is like just volunteer stuff, which I've always done and I have no problem ever doing. If it's something that I truly feel in my heart that I want to support and I want to help, if my skills in design or web design or any of that can help someone or their business or whatever their cause is, I have no problem donating those abilities as my part in that. So paid gig, it's been a while. But a lot of it, I do freelance stuff like through online jobs, just kind of like I do Upwork. You do have to pass like a screening for them. You can't, it's not like Fiverr where you can just go in and like, oh, anybody can do whatever. Like you have to prove that you did this, you went to this college, like you have this background, you have this degree. Like it's not a joke to do these jobs there. But you also have to pay to do these jobs. Like you have to buy credits kind of. And then you can put in, and if somebody wants you to do their job, you can. Which is fine, like, for the meantime. But my thing is I want to just, like, kind of break away. My new thing is, probably within the next year, I want to, like, set up my own website again so I can host a portfolio of my own. I can put up my work for people to see. And the more exposure I can put out there for my name, just to say, like, I'm willing to help somebody, like, especially with small businesses and to say, you know, you don't have a lot to start out with. I didn't either, and I still don't really have a lot to work with. I've just made it work. So I'm willing to help people that don't have much do the most they can with what they do have and meet them in the middle. And you know, I'm not going to take a free job 5 years out of college and doing this. Like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to take an exposure job for anybody as a free intern or anything, but I'm willing to cut a lot of people, especially younger people my age who are trying to start a business and stuff. Like, I'm willing to cut them a deal. I'm willing to help them out, but I'm still looking for a paycheck. Like, I'm not just going to do it for free. And I think I was telling Danny earlier, like, people try to take advantage of that, and it's just, artists are not slaves. And the way I try to make it so that other people can understand, like, you wouldn't call an emergency plumber when your toilet's backed up, have them come over, fix your toilet, and be like, no, I'm just going to put your name on Instagram to give you exposure, dude. And not pay the dude, right? Would you ever do that to somebody that's giving you a service?
No, dude.
Right? Hey, come on, dude. He's the worst. He is the worst and the best at the same time.
It's what I'm good at.
It is.
Anyway, so we're gonna call it a night.
I'm down.
And she's down. Well, she really is down.
I'm tired.
We are actually in a basement right now. So when she says she's down,
this is my new studio/office. So I'm very excited that we could do this. I don't even have everything moved in the right spot yet. I don't even have half my furniture in here, but I do have my painted walls and my ceiling. Danny is the first one to come over here to do this and talk about my art that I don't have hanging up because I have nothing on the walls.
Well, when you do, we'll gladly come back here. When I say we, I mean myself, because
we'll make it happen.
I don't have a crew or anything. It's just me.
We're the crew.
We're the crew.
We are the crew.
That deserves
We're awesome.
a high five.
Hell yeah, we got this.
We got this. So on the Facebook fan page itself, I'm going to invite Jacki to leave all of her contact information down in the comments below.
Email me, call me, text me.
Yeah, she's hungry.
I'll work for you.
She's hungry.
Just pay me, I'll work for you.
She will work for you. She'll work for,
as long as you're not the federal government. I'm not Uncle Sam in this. Not for you.
Not
for you. Not for you. But if you pay me, I'll work for you. That's fine. The Army only pays you a little bit.
The Army will only pays you a little bit for graphic design.
The Army won't pay you nothing for graphic design. They'll give you a chance to go to college, though. But.
They'll give you a chance to go to college. We are pro U.S. military.
Hell yeah.
Here on the Danny Karen
I've
Show.
met some great friends on the GI Bill in college doing graphic design. So I'm all about that. Like, any way you got to do it, man. If you do it, thank you for doing it. Couldn't do it now, but
couldn't do it now.
I'm all about that, so I appreciate anybody that does that, but I'm not working for Uncle Sam. If I don't have to, I'd rather work for me.
She's going to work for herself. She's going to leave her contact information on the Facebook fan page in the comments below. Contact her, email, spoke signal, telephone, text, whatever. Come
Facebook
on, knock on her door.
Come on, knock on my door.
She's been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for you.
And she's not gonna kiss anyone though.
No.
Or hug. Maybe she'll hug you. No, handshakes. Handshakes.
I'll hug people. I like hugs.
People.
Hugs are good.
No kisses though. No kisses.
Unless you're cute. Maybe if you're cute.
Maybe if you're cute.
Only if you're cute.
Only if you're cute. But
bring your dogs. I'll kiss them.
So kiss your dogs, but not you.
But not you.
Sounds like myself in a way. Anyway.
I mean, I love dogs.
She loves dogs. Bring your dogs.
If you have pigs, bring the pigs. I will always kiss baby pigs or big pigs, any pigs.
Pigs and dogs.
Pigs and dogs.
That's all she wants in this world is
pretty much
pigs and dogs.
I just want to make enough money where I can have pigs and dogs like forever. Just a whole herd.
So we're gonna, if you like this program, subscribe it, like it up. This is Jacki O'Neil.
Hey!
She's also an avid Henry Winkler impressionist.
No, it's just from The Office. It's from The Office. I do watch Happy Days, and I love Henry Winkler, but The Office. Henry Winkler is also in Parks and Rec. He's John Ralphio's dad.
I did not know that. I didn't
really
watch that show.
Oh, you're missing out, man.
I'm missing out.
Hey!
So, we've been trying to say goodbye for like 5 minutes now.
It's all right.
Whatever, it's good. We're having a good time. Yeah, so if you like it, if you like Jackie, if you like me, if you like the Great Walls, give it a like.
them.
She's painted them.
I painted them all.
Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and share.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Hey!
So this is the Danny Karen's. Sorry, I messed up. This is the Danny Karen Show. Hold on, I gotta snap. See ya.
Oh, I want to do A. No,
You just did.
I know, it's fine. But that's the whole point of the Office joke. You keep doing it until they leave.
Oh, we're leaving now.
I know.
Watch Jackie laugh.
It's fine.
All right.
I make everyone else laugh, so I can laugh. Good night, bye.
Good night. See ya.